The crystalline halls of the Galactic Council Station hummed with 1,000 different frequencies, each representing a species that had mastered faster than light travel. Princess Lisa of the Valorian Empire glided through the corridors with practiced grace, her iridescent scales catching the artificial light. She was royalty among a species that had conquered 40 star systems, and she carried herself accordingly. The apprentice followed 3 steps behind, as was proper for someone of his station. Jackson kept his eyes down, his plain gray coveralls marking him as a maintenance worker's assistant. He'd been assigned to shadow the princess during her diplomatic tour, carrying her data tablets and ensuring her environmental suits were prepared for various planetary atmospheres. It was menial work, but it paid for his education at the Orbital Academy. "You there," Lisa called without turning. "What is the atmospheric composition of Sector 9? 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, trace elements," Jackson replied immediately. "Breathable for 47 registered species. Toxic to 12. Neutral to the rest." Lisa's tail twitched with what might have been approval. The human was competent, at least. She'd requested a Valorian apprentice, but the council had insisted on this. What did they call themselves? This Earthling. A species so new to the galactic stage that their homeworld wasn't even marked on standard navigation charts yet. They entered the diplomatic chamber, where representatives from across the galaxy had gathered. The Chromath delegation, massive, reptilian creatures who stood 9 feet tall, occupied the far corner. Their species had evolved from pack hunters who dominated their planet's food chain for millions of years. They were warriors, conquerors, apex predators. The lead Chromath, General Thax, noticed Lisa and bowed with the respect one predator showed another. Then, his eyes fell on Jackson, and something flickered in those yellow, slit-pupilled eyes. Fear. It was gone in an instant. But Lisa had seen it. How curious. The meeting proceeded as expected: trade agreements, territorial disputes, the usual tedious affairs of galactic politics. Jackson remained in the background, silent and attentive. But Lisa noticed something odd. Every predator species in the room, the Chromath, the Vexari hunters, even the Silken Hive warriors, gave Jackson a wide berth. They didn't acknowledge him, but they were acutely aware of where he stood at all times. When a Chromath warrior accidentally backed toward Jackson while gesturing, the massive creature stopped abruptly, as if hitting an invisible wall. He redirected his path without looking back. After the meeting, Lisa confronted her apprentice in the transit corridor. "What are you?" she demanded. Jackson looked up, genuine confusion on his face. "Ma'am, the Chromath, the Vexari. They fear you. I saw it." Lisa stepped closer, her predator instincts analyzing the human before her. He was small by galactic standards, barely 6 feet tall. His frame was lean, not particularly muscular. His face was soft, with forward-facing eyes, a predator's eyes, yes, but hardly intimidating compared to the species she'd grown up among. Why would apex predators fear a maintenance apprentice? Jackson's expression shifted subtly. The deference didn't vanish, but something else joined it, something ancient and patient. "Permission to speak freely, Your Highness. Granted. They don't fear me specifically," Jackson said carefully. "They fear what I represent." "And what is that?" "Humans evolved on a death world, Princess. Earth wasn't just difficult, it was actively hostile. Our planet tried to kill us with ice ages, plagues, predators that hunted in the dark. We had no claws, no venom, no armor. We were weak and slow." He paused. "So we learned to think, to plan, to hunt not with strength, but with persistence." Lisa's scales rippled with unease. "Go on." "The Chromath are ambush hunters. Fast, powerful, but they tire quickly. Humans? We used to hunt by just following. For days, weeks, if necessary. We'd track prey until it collapsed from exhaustion. We called it persistence hunting." Jackson's eyes met hers, those unnervingly intelligent, forward-facing eyes. We're not the strongest or the fastest, Your Highness. But we don't stop. Ever. A chill ran down Lisa's spine. The galactic community discovered something when they studied Earth's history, Jackson continued. Every species that ever challenged humanity is extinct. Neanderthals, saber-toothed cats, cave bears, mammoths gone. Not because we overpowered them, because we outlasted them, because we're relentless. That's... Lisa searched for words. That's horrifying. Is it? Jackson's smile was gentle, almost sad. We also domesticated wolves, the apex predators of our continents, and turned them into companions. We looked at the vast ocean and decided to cross it on wooden planks. We saw the sky and determined we'd walk on the moon. We've survived nuclear war, asteroid strikes in our geological record, and supervolcano eruptions. And we're still here. Lisa understood now. The predator species didn't fear Jackson's strength. They feared his species' refusal to accept limitations, their terrifying adaptability, their absolute unwillingness to give up. The Council placed you with me deliberately, she realized. Yes, ma'am. Earth is applying for full membership. The Council wanted various delegations to acclimate to our presence. Jackson's expression became earnest. We don't want to dominate the galaxy, Princess. We want to join it. Learn from it. Contribute to it. But they needed you to understand what humanity brings to the table, which is an ally that will never abandon you, a friend that will cross the galaxy to help, but also, he hesitated, a very, very bad enemy to make. In the corner of her vision, Lisa saw General Thax watching their conversation from across the hall. The massive Chromath warrior caught her eye and gave a small, knowing nod. Princess Lisa looked at her apprentice, no, at humanity's representative with new eyes. The humans hadn't sent a warrior or a politician. They'd sent an apprentice, someone humble and willing to learn. But the message was clear. Even their students carried the weight of a species that had clawed its way from death-world obscurity to the stars. Well then, Jackson, Lisa said, her voice steady despite her racing thoughts. I believe we have much to discuss about Earth's Council application. Jackson smiled, and for just a moment, Princess Lisa saw what the predators saw, not the soft exterior, but the unyielding determination beneath. Humanity had arrived on the galactic stage, and the galaxy would never be quite the same.